There's no how a man's supposed to marry one wife, bro, except if you're not doing well in life. I love women and I'm straightforward. When you leave Africa,
yes,
you always have this mindset, I'm going back home to build. We left home to build home. America is like a secret court. It's a land of no return.
What exactly do you do?
I'm a content creator, but content creator in a very different level. I've monetized my style of content to generate wealth for me. My first 1 year, I hit money, bro. I made so much money.
So I live in America. I can control things in Nigeria. The world has become a global village now. And that has become a division in the mind of so many people because they keep trying to build in two different economies or two different places.
If you are coming to America, never marry for paper. Makes me sad when I see these young, vibrant men going after these great-grandmothers just for paper purpose and pretending that you love these women. You don't love them. At the end of the day, these women are actually the one taking advantage of you. First time I came to Texas, I realized that you are not depressed in America. You are just in the wrong place. In Texas, the community, like if you're walking on the road, people want to associate, people want to greet you. Coming from New York, you don't say hello to strangers.
Yeah.
They might sue you for anything. People run in and you think they have somewhere to go. But basically, they're just running away from bill.
Hello, it's your boy again, Dr. Ernest Amujinegbe, aka Ernie Royalty, your host of the Royalty Mindset podcast. This is the place where we bring to you great stuff that definitely changes your mind for good. All we care about is your success. All we care about is to see you win in life. And that's exactly what this podcast is all about. I want to thank you for being a part of us. You have been with us from the very beginning, and here we are today. Whatever we have achieved so far is because of your support. For people like you who have always watched, shared, comment, and all of that. So, say thank you. On this special episode, I have a great guy with me on set, This person I'm talking about, a lot of you, some of you might have seen him on social media space creating beautiful content for our consumption. He has done a lot in that space in a short period of time and gained a lot of followership as a result of his beautiful content that he creates and shares with us from time to time. This guy I'm talking about, and of course, you get the point now, you must have heard about that, great stuff from time to time. And this is the person I'm actually going to be talking to in this podcast, in this particular episode today. His name is SunJohn, a.k.a. You get the point now. Brother, it's a pleasure having you
Same here, boss.
on the pod.
Same here, man.
Welcome to the Royalty Mindset podcast.
You get to the point now.
Of course, we get the point. Now, let us go. First of all, who is SunJohn? Your username on Instagram is Ebonyoma or something. So what is the inspiration behind that particular
Just Ebony means black. Black is beautiful.
Oh, it's Ebony.
Yeah.
I thought it's Ebonyoma or something like that.
Ebonyoma, yeah.
Okay, Ebonyoma. Very good, very good. So tell us, who is SunJohn?
SunJohn is just a nice guy, I just love to be me, inspire people, use my own story to teach people about life, because my father used to tell me, if you don't learn from other people, you will learn from yourself. And the lesson you learn from yourself is very hard to get over it. So I'm a very simple guy. I love women and I'm straightforward.
Awesome. Very good. I love that. Straightforward. We are straightforward guys here. All right. Ebonyoma, SunJohn. So where exactly are you from? Which part of Nigeria are you from?
I'm from Ebony State, from Ebony State. I'm Igbo guy, Igbo angels. You get to the point now.
Kedu.
I'll do my brother.
Correct. I'm from Edo State, grew up in Lagos. I have a lot of Igbo friends, so I can pick one or two from Igbo language whenever I hear people speak Igbo. So beautiful people. Yes, we're all beautiful Nigerians. We have a lot to talk about today, yeah?
Of course.
First of all, let's take a look at your content that you create on Instagram. Beautiful content, and you always go straight to the point.
Clear.
And a lot of people have been able to resonate very much well with your content. What is the inspiration behind your content, basically? Why do you talk about what you talk about? Sometimes I see you talking about, advising people not to build houses in Africa because they don't live there.
Yeah.
They live in America, that they should concentrate in building in America first before doing that over there. Why are you always telling people this type of or giving people this type of advice?
Listen, when you leave Africa,
Yes.
you always have this mindset, I'm going back home to build. We left home to build home. And oftentimes, you don't even assess this property. I made that mistake when I first came. My first 1 year, I hit money, bro. I made so much money. I invested that money in Africa. I bought home, beautiful home. But funny enough, since I bought that home, I've not spent a week inside that house. Guess what? People that are enjoying that house are not even my direct relative, but just my distant relative. Because you have to keep the house open. If you don't keep the house open, it's going to spoil.
Yeah.
So they are the people who are enjoying it. And I'm still here paying the bills for that house, paying for their lights, water bills, and all that. So it's a waste of investment. If I had known, I could have invested that money here. By now, I'll be enjoying myself. I had that money cash.
Wow.
And I went and dumped that money somewhere. The property is dormant. I tried to rent it, but how much is the rent?
Yeah.
So it doesn't worth it. When you invest here, you can take money from your equity to build whatever you want to build back home. You don't invest back home and build here. It doesn't work like that. Invest here, take money from your equity and build back home. But when you invest back home, you don't take money from it to do anything here. Your investment back home cannot even pay your house rent here. But your investment here in a year can buy you whatever you want to buy back home. So it's just sense, common sense.
Common sense indeed. I can resonate with that because I have so many properties they do as well. And when they pay me the rent, it's nothing.
It's nothing.
Yes.
Just when you get the rent still goes back to the people because you don't need it here. When you convert the rent to dollar, it's nothing.
Very true. It's not even enough to even take care of the maintenance, like take care of the house itself. Now, you are talking from experience. So many that your content basically is out of your personal experience.
Yeah, life is most of 80% of my content is not. I don't just do content.
Yeah.
It's just my own experience, like using my own life experience to teach people.
Right.
That's what I do.
Makes sense. Makes plenty sense. So where you resided, which state in America do you live in currently?
Currently, I live everywhere in America, man. When I came to America, I stayed in New York.
Okay.
I still live in New York now, but thank God for what I do. I travel everywhere, all over the place in America. So wherever they call me for business, ad, and all that, I just travel. I enjoy what I do, bro.
Makes plenty sense.
I enjoy what I do.
Recently, you've been talking a lot about Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
What exactly do you see in Dallas that you haven't found in other places in the United States?
Not just Dallas. I think everywhere in Texas, bro.
Okay.
The only problem I have with Texas is if I live in Texas, I will never miss Africa. First time I came to Texas, I realized that you are not depressed in America. You are just in the wrong place. In Texas, the community, like the love.
Yeah.
If you're walking on the road, people want to associate. People want to greet you. People want to say hello. People just want to ask you questions. Coming from New York, you don't say hello to strangers.
Yeah.
They might sue you for anything. Everybody's just always walking and walking ahead. People running and you think they have somewhere to go. But basically, they're just running away from bill. But in Texas, like the community is like living in Africa. I love it here, bro. I'm not going to lie. The food, everything is just the people. I love it. The first time I came here, I stayed in Airbnb. My next door neighbor, they came to say hello with food.
Wow.
I said, so you can experience this kind of thing in America.
Wow.
Bro, I love it here, man. I love it.
That's beautiful.
I love it.
I live in Dallas, Texas, and I've always said this, that I don't think I can live anywhere else in the world.
No.
In America, if not in Dallas. Right?
Dallas now is like my second home, bro.
Dallas is really cool. It's beautiful. Everything you said, I concur. People are very friendly, and the African community here is so strong.
Yeah.
You don't miss Africa when you live in Texas. Houston, Dallas, Austin, these places are like you are like in Africa.
Yeah, like you're in Africa.
Yeah, so really true, really true. I can understand the reason why you have become an evangelist of Texas.
I don't hide the truth, man. You can't hide the truth for long. You have to let people know.
Right.
Because like when I was in New York, right, most of my content, if you go back to, my content, most of them are like depressive content, because I just use my story to teach people. And coming to Dallas, every time I'm always happy. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Yeah, it's
I can
beautiful.
relate. I can relate. We're always very happy here. We have a lot of stuff to do here. You want to go to African clubs, African restaurants, lots and lot of them here. So it makes us feel at home, which is Very, very true. You mentioned something real quick. You said based on the kind of work that you do, you move around. What exactly do you do?
I'm a content creator, but content creator in a very different level. I've monetized my style of content to generate wealth for me. I advertise people's business, not just advertising people's business, giving value to their business. And so when they call me for any ad or stuff, they're always calling me actually, but it's very overwhelming. Because sometimes you're tired, you don't want to travel, tired of flying. Because when they invite you, they pay for your flights.
Of course,
They pay for your hotel and all those stuff. So I enjoy what I do, man. I don't want to go back.
While I was on my way down here, I remember one of the contents you created. You were still talking about people being depressed in America, that they are truly not, they shouldn't be depressed. It's just because of the life they have chosen to live.
To live, yeah.
That some people choose to work 2 jobs, 5 jobs, and all of that. They will be depressed. And you mentioned of something. You said America is not built on degrees, that anyone can actually make it in America.
Yeah.
You just need to understand exactly who you are, the kind of gift that God has deposited in you, and then use that to reach the people, make people's life better, and you basically have just created value for the people, and you in turn get paid for that. That's exactly what you are doing right
Like you
now.
get paid for everything on social media, man. Especially if you know what you're doing. And the type of content I do is the marketing content. So you get paid from your view, you get paid from adverts, you get paid from, different brand placing adverts on your stuff. Like the money is there. And talking about depression, most people are depressed here, not because they don't have, like their job cannot pay their bills, but because they allow people back home to control their mindset. Imagine coming here and somebody back home is telling you how to live here. I don't know if you understand.
Very common.
Like telling you, bro, like don't buy house in America. Or if you buy house in America, it's not your property. You don't own anything.
Yeah.
This is somebody that the environment you are, the system that you are trying to preach me here, is not even working back home.
Right.
Now you are telling me not to buy home here. Like, does it make sense? Now you are working 2 jobs, 3 jobs to go and build in a place where you hardly visit.
Yeah.
Even when you visit, you don't even stay there. Like when I visit home, like I don't really stay in my house because I want to visit places and all that. So I prefer staying in a hotel. So building all these things, like it doesn't really make sense. In packing all your money, investing it back home, and these people work 2 to 3 jobs to do these things.
Survive.
Imagine if you work 1 job for yourself, use the other time that you have to create your, to recreate yourself, to think how to add value to the system. You don't just come and steal the wealth and go back. No. I know people always think that when I spend few hours in America or few years, I'll go back to Africa.
Yeah.
You don't go back when you come here. You don't go back. You just be saying, I'll be going back next year. No, you are here for life. It's a land of no return. America is like a secret court. People here don't tell you what is going on here. But, they don't tell people back home what is going on here.
Yeah.
And people back home don't know what is going on here. But when you come, you see it. People are just killing themselves for no reason. I remember one sister who, she does 2 jobs to take care of people back home. One time she's 45 years old or so. Yeah, no husband, no children. So one time she called me, SunJohn, please, I'm looking for a 3rd job. I was like, why? You have 2 jobs. She said, no, my sister is getting married back home. I want to give her the best wedding in town. Your sister is getting married back home. Your younger sister, you are 45 years old. No husband, no children. All your life, you've been working to take care of people back home. You understand? Like, you don't need those stress on yourself. Work on yourself. A struggling person cannot lead an upright person. If you do, you will fall. And the person you are trying to lead will still find his way with you or without you. So these are the things people do here, and they think there's life here, bro. I'm telling you, until you do what you love, there's life here. Until you start living the life of your own. You've left home, bro. Leave everything behind. Build yourself. When you succeed, you will do more. But when you're struggling, you have nothing to offer people back home. At the end of the day, people back home, there will be the people that will mock you. That uncle wasted his life in America. 30 years, no achievements.
Yeah.
Forgetting that all your life, you've been taking care of them. I have a brother. This brother is, he has been living in America now for almost 30 years. All his life, he has been taking care of people, paying people's school fees. When he got married, they manipulated him not to bring his wife to America. Why? Because they say his wife will change. Leave your wife in Nigeria. If you bring her to America, she will change, she will overrule you and all that. So fast forward, this guy was living in New York in a basement apartment for almost 20-something years of his life, taking care of people back home, And when I came to America, I was like, bro, like, you cannot continue like this. You need to fight for your wife. I talk. When the wife came, he has to move to North Carolina because I said, bro, you can't bring your wife here in New York and keep her in basement apartment. So you have to go where you get more value for your money.
Right.
So they moved to North Carolina. Now, the people back home no longer receive that money anymore. Now they're blaming the wife.
Can you
They
imagine?
say the wife is the one that changed our brother.
guy is
He
now
doesn't send us
changed
money
man.
again. Now, if my brother tried to talk to them, they'll be like, yeah, what did you do for us? You wasted your life in America for 30 years. What did you do? But he sent all of them to school. You open businesses for them. They squander it and still come back. But since the wife came, these things stop.
Wow.
My brother is doing well now. He bought home in North Carolina last year, but all his life he was just working to take care of people. So you are not depressed. You are just allowing people back home to manipulate you.
Right.
Work on yourself. When you succeed, you will do more. But when you are struggling, you will fail. And the person you are trying to help will still succeed with you or without you.
That's what I call societal pressures, when you allow people to dictate how your life should go. And it's very common in the society today, whether you're American, you're Nigerian, or wherever you're from. The society has a way of controlling us to live the way they want us to live. Yeah, and that's exactly what has happened to a lot of people. They don't have the mind of their own. Instead of them to really sit down and think about it, themselves and see how they can make a better living with, by shutting their ears against the societal pressures. They just don't know how to do that. So I see value in the content you are creating. Everybody sees value in that content because we have to continuously sound this into their ears just for them to understand exactly how life works. Focus yourself or focus your life where you are. Where we are is our home.
Yes, sir. Where
America
you make a
is our
living,
home as it is.
It's where you should live.
Yes. Even today, you can be any part of the world and control the whole world or control anything in other part of the world. I can be in America right now and have companies in Australia. I don't have to be in Australia. So why must I be thinking that at a certain point in my life, I have to move my stuff and move back to Nigeria? You know what I mean? So I live in America. I can control things in Nigeria. The world has become a global village now. And that has become a division in the mind of so many people because they keep trying to build in two different economies or two different places.
They want to build their retirement home.
Yeah, that's
mansion.
It's a distraction.
When you retire, you don't even have the strength to access this mansion.
Right.
Don't worry about tomorrow. Worry about now.
Today.
Work on yourself.
Today. Build here first. This is your home now. If you not have it in excess, then extend. So complete value in what you preach, in what you do. One of your content, you talked about, Nigerian men versus other African men.
Yeah.
It has become a thing now that we experience as Nigerians these days. Every woman in America wants to be a part of a Nigerian man's life. Because of that, so many other African brothers have started claiming to be Nigerians. What do you see in that light? What do you see for that kind of thing?
My brother, I'm a Nigerian. And I know how the name Nigerian has opened so many doors for me. Nigerian men are God's gift to women.
Preach, I'm a beg. Preach it, bro. Preach it.
They are God's gift to women.
Yeah.
They know how to take care of these women. The only problem about Nigerian men is that once you've dated a Nigerian man, you can never date other nationality again. They will spoil you for your future. After Nigerian man, there is nothing the next guy will do for you that you ever appreciate. These guys are lions. I'm telling you. And the thing is that a Nigerian man, if you're in a relationship, what makes you feel like a man is being able to provide for your woman. And if you are not, giving that service, you feel handicapped.
Right.
You feel like you are not doing well.
Yeah.
So oftentimes you start arguing, you start making problems, not because the woman is the problem, but because you feel like you are not playing your role as a man.
Right.
You are just there. You understand? What makes a Nigerian man happy is being able to give. A Nigerian man can give you any amount of money. You as a woman, you think, no, I'm eating the guy. I'm scamming him. But you're not scamming him. That is what makes him happy. As long as he can give, he has the capacity to give. He's happy. He's enjoying it. Like Nigerian men are like them. And that's how he's supposed to be, man. A man is supposed to be a man, while a woman is supposed to be a woman.
Right.
And that's why for me, I advocate for polygamy, man.
Really?
Yeah, for real. I love, nah.
Okay, talk to me about that.
There's no how a man's supposed to marry one wife, bro, except if you're not doing well in life. It's selfish for a man to marry one woman. like it's selfish, because that is not how nature made it to be. Marrying one woman is going against nature, and that is why most of these men, they live miserable life for the rest of their life. Polygamy is luxury, it's not cheap. But if you have the money, bro, you are not supposed to marry one wife. You are not supposed to, like, how? Look at the numbers of women. Remember, women always arguing that, it's selfish for a man to marry more than one wife. But remember, polygamy is actually for the interest of the women, not for men. Like, imagine seeing trouble and you want to go and get another trouble. That is what polygamy is. But you feel like, I have the financial capacity to deal with this thing. And we need to take care of our women. Look at America now. Everybody's fighting. I don't want to share. But at the end of the day, you are sharing. You are married to your husband. Before 6 months, your husband has another baby mama somewhere. Because you can't cheat nature. We are going against nature. Now you divorce your husband. You become a single mother, working 2 jobs to survive. No woman deserves to struggle to pay her bills. For me, polygamy should be something normal. We should normalize polygamy. And that is why divorce rate is going on here and there. I didn't know the meaning of divorce when I was growing up.
Right.
But now, after marriage, you spend 1 year, 2 years, you realize that I can't do this shit, man. I need a divorce.
Especially in this part of the world.
It's crazy.
And, many women think they are actually woke by saying that, hey, one man, one woman, right? Okay. But for those who are able to handle it, yes, for them, right? I have never been once against polygamy.
Yeah.
I just let people do whatever they feel like doing. If you know you can handle it, you understand, you can go ahead and do it. This is a very interesting topic that you just, brought up. If you even look at the Bible, in the Old Testament, right, we had a lot of polygamous men. Abraham...
You're even going far.
Yeah.
Even Adam married 2 wives.
That's what I'm saying.
The first man.
That is what I'm saying. Abraham, which we refer to as our father, if you're a child of God...
The father of faith. Imagine me that I don't have faith. You want me to stay with one woman for the rest of my life? Is it possible?
Abraham had more than one. Solomon, that we know today, had more than one. In fact, he has 700 and 300 extra. David had more than one. And God never saw any issue with any of those things, right? But when it comes to this age, they will always use the New Testament as yardstick or, way of measuring this particular topic. They'll say, oh, Jesus did this, Paul said that and all of those things, blah, 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 blah.
Jesus was never married. So why would you be bringing Jesus? Let's go for married people. I was watching video the other day. They asked one lady, what do you do for a living? She said, I'm a 4th wife. That's what she does for a living. Driving her luxury car.
4th wife.
It's a normal thing.
Yeah.
But in Africa, no. But when you bring other bills, other evil, something is allowed.
Africans like to always model their lives according to the whites' dictation. All of these things. If you look at the origin of marriage, you know how marriage actually started? It was for economic reasons.
Yeah. Started in Italy.
Yes, it was for economic reasons. It was to alleviate poverty in the community. Because women back then were not doing nothing. It was only the men that were allowed to go to the farm, go to the, wherever they work and provide. Man's role was basically to provide. And they looked at the women and like, oh, there are some women who are just left without a provider. So let us then attach this person to this man so that she can be provided for.
Mm-hmm.
That way we have reduced poverty in the community.
Yeah.
That was how marriage started. But this day and age, people have become woke. They're like, what was once an economic now has now become
the truth is that
something that I cannot share no more.
The truth is that they know we cannot function this way because we are not wired to function this way. And the only way to destroy the society is to target the women. That's why they keep telling them, oh, this is not right. This is not right. Because listen, for us, as people, we need to be together. We need to come together to be able to build,
right?
Family, one family and all that. But if you keep telling these people, don't share, it's not good to share, now, it's not going to work. The marriage will not work because you always have plan B. And when you divorce your husband because you don't want to share, who will suffer it? You, your children. Not just for financial reasons. Imagine okay, when I see this thing going on in America, okay, when are you have my child this week, I'll have him next week. Stressing innocent child that never asked to be born because you don't want to do according to the will of nature. Now you are struggling, doing 2 jobs to survive. We should come together, especially we African people, That's how we grow. That's how we unite ourselves. That's how we build our community. Let our women keep multiplying while we keep providing for them to multiply for us. No, we are not fighting. I'm not a woman. I can never be a woman.
Yeah.
What a man can do, woman can do it better. What a woman can do, I cannot do quarter. I can't be pregnant.
Yeah.
I can't see my period every month. That's stressful. And you don't try to fight me. You know, why are you leaving your own space to come and fight my space? You know, God that created us that way. You think God no get sense? Go get sense now.
Go get sense. Go get sense. Even in Isaiah chapter 4 verse 1, it says, in that day, it says, 7 women shall cling.
That's what is happening now.
Yes, it says 7 women shall cling unto a man.
I don't want to share. Single women are now going after married men.
And this is where we say, I have my car, I have my houses, I have my loaded bank account. I need nothing of you. I just want to bear your name so that I can, be free from shame. That is what the Bible says, right? Yeah, but again, for those who are able to practice polygamy, I don't think they should be stopped from doing so. For people who believe they cannot.
All men believe in polygamy, bro. It's either your wife is the one paying your bills or you don't have the financial capacity to carry it. But really and truly, naturally, this is a nature.
So that should stop the world's problem with respect to men cheating with other...
Everything will stop, even this divorce rate. There's so much economic value in divorcing. Because it's cheaper to marry than to divorce.
Yes. Yeah.
You think why this government preaching all this? You think they don't have sense? They get sense.
They put all of those things
They
in
keep
place.
taking advantage of these poor masses.
Yeah.
It's a lot, man.
Yeah. It's a lot. Indeed.
It's a lot.
It's a lot. You have spilled a lot, since we started. That is really, really interesting. A lot of people have gotten to know you more now. Usually those consuming your content, they have come to know more about SunJohn.
I'm just a free man, man. Just a free man.
Yeah, as it should be.
And I love to take care of my women.
As it should be.
know.
Yeah. As Nigerians,
Of course.
that's how we're raised, man. We were not raised to be cowards as men. That's the reason why these women cannot leave us alone. Because naturally, we are providers. We assume that position of manhood. That's
Chop
man.
my money, baby.
And that is what they see. It's a natural thing for us. I cannot live with a woman and expect that woman to pay bills. That's me, naturally. Okay? If I ask my
Because
woman...
women are now becoming men. So these men are just realizing, since you don't want me, okay, pay my bills. I'll just be here.
Yeah.
Do the job.
I don't want my wife idle, though. I don't want my woman idle.
No,
I want her doing something substantial.
Something she loves.
Something she loves that I can be proud of as well. So that I can be proud of her. I can boldly tell my friends, hey, that's my woman. She's so and so. It is a lovely, that turns me on. A woman that is ambitious is the only woman that I can deal with. Okay? If you are not ambitious as a woman, I have no business with you. I can only do one stuff with you, and that's the end of it.
Yes.
I can't be with you.
Stay away from broke girls.
Yes, you have to be up and running. You have to be ambitious. I want to give you wings to fly as a woman, as my woman. Okay? Go out and tell me what it takes for you to start up that business that you want to start. Do you need $1 million? Okay, I will find a way to get it across to you. I just want you doing something. Don't be idle. Don't sit in my house doing nothing. Okay? I'm not interested in your money. I don't want you to bring part of that money back to me. I just want it to be good. And I will still give you offering in church. I will still give you your money for your hair and all of that. You started by saying that, how can I be jealous of my woman? Or how can I control my woman? It is not about controlling. I'm not giving you this upliftment to control you. I'm only doing it just for you to be useful to the society and so that I can be proud.
But she was
of
doing
you.
something before you married her, though. It's for you to support whatever she was doing.
Exactly. That's it. What I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying she must do what I want her to do. But you cannot be idle. You have to be ambitious and hardworking. Tell me what you want to do. I will support that business. Yes. That is it. Because it's in our nature as Nigerians to support our women. That's basically where I'm driving at. SunJohn,
Boss.
what do you have for your followers? You have massive followers.
Yeah.
What do you have for them? What kind of word of encouragement do you have for them? What do you want them to know about you now on, and what is coming next for SunJohn?
We just keep pushing and keep changing, inspiring people from our own life experience. But remember, let me just say this. If you are coming to America, never marry for paper. You will cry. That one is for sure. You get to the point now, don't marry for paper. To get in is easy, but to get out is tough. I know back home when you see these women coming after you, you think, oh, you are lucky, you've made it in life. But what you are coming to see is not what they are showing you back home. You know, it makes me sad when I see these young, vibrant men going after these great grandmothers just for paper purpose and pretending that you love these women. You don't love them. You understand? At the end of the day, these women are actually the one taking advantage of you because they know you are vulnerable.
Yeah.
Now they want to take advantage or use what they have. Technically, they don't even have anything. When you come here, you see the reality on ground. But when they save little money, go to Africa, they look like they're rich. You know, now you come here, you start suffering. The other day, my guy called me and was telling me his woman sent him outside. He slept outside. And this guy is barely 6 months in America.
Wow.
Collected his phone and sent him outside. He slept outside. This is a guy who came here. You turned the guy to a houseboy. The guy was literally taking care of your grandchildren, still taking care of you, cooking for you and cleaning the house. If there is no mutual this thing, if you don't love her, except if there is love. If there is love, do it. But if there is no love, you want to do it because you're smart, my brother, you will cry. You will cry. Don't marry for paper because you feel you're smart. If there is love, do it. But if there is no love, because with love, you can endure so many things.
Right.
But imagine when you are lying and when you get to that stuff, the game you are playing is now playing you. Who will cry is you.
And you go cry now.
And you don't have family in America. You have nobody in America. You start struggling. You have no job. You have nothing. You can't go back home. You know, they're frustrating these men here, man.
Right.
I'm not going to lie. They're frustrating these men. So you have to be very careful. Come right away, but don't think you are too smart. If you find a woman that you truly love, and let the woman be within your age range.
Age range, yeah.
Like at least if you are 35 and the woman is 40, it's still manageable.
Yeah, that's still within
Not
the
when
same
you
range.
have 30 and the woman is 50 something, bro. Like, you guys are spoiling us, man.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense.
Right, guys, you've heard him say this. Be advised and do the needful. You actually have more advantage coming into this country. You know, you are fresh.
You're fresh credit, fresh everything.
You don't have no debt,
No criminal record.
no criminal record. You are as clean as anything, as white as snow. So just know your value. If you don't know your value, that is when you fall cheap to some of these things. If you know who you are, you know the value you are bringing on board, you will learn and know exactly how to carry yourself. That's the summary of what SunJohn has just.
Man, America is beautiful. Leave your depressing city and come where you enjoy life. Come to Houston, you will love it. Come to Dallas, you will love it. Go to Austin, you will still love it.
I think I have to take you to the mayor of Dallas very soon so that they can give you some.
So stop walking to death,
chieftaincy
man.
title in Dallas.
Stop walking
You have
to
been
death.
an evangelist of this great city.
You
and
get
of
to the
this
point
city.
now, it's clear. It's clear. Just come
All
and be
right.
happy like me. I appreciate, bro.
Absolutely.
Nice
This
to
is
have
just the
you, man.
beginning. We definitely will bring you back in the future,
Of course.
as we continue to follow your progress.
Of course.
And we'll see where it takes us. You know, it was nice having you on board here.
Same here.
SunJohn.
Appreciate, bros.
Absolutely.
Appreciate.
Yes. Until we come your way again, remain steadfast and win.
You get to the point now.
You get the point now.